Welcome back to Thomas Gear Rides again, boys and girls. Good morning. Today, pow, it's another 22 Toro recycler. It's got the XT675, XTX 675 Kohler. Yay. He brought it to me. He said, man, he's got a really nice Husqvarna all-wheel drive mower. He said he hit something the other day and destroyed it. So his buddy gave him this one. But his buddy said this thing has been sitting in his garage for about 3 or 4 years. And he said it won't crank. So we're going to see what we can do for him. We're going to see what's going on with it. Of course, the tank is full. Of course, he put fuel in it. It was probably dry. It's probably going to end up being a carburetor tending video. Yay! All right, let's check the oil first thing. Come around here. Check the oil with the famous black dipstick. You can't tell what kind of condition the oil's in with a black dipstick. It's full. It's a little dark. Okay. We can run it like that. Let's go around here and see what's going on here. We're going to lower the table, see if it'll crank. And look at there, somebody crammed a 481588 or a 491588 air filter in it. Briggs and Stratton. I'd say so. Something surprises me every day out here. I love it. I love it. See something new every day. Okay, let's lower the table. What I'm going to do is squirt a little carb cleaner in there. See if it'll hit and die. Make sure the choke is working. Yeah, it's closed now. Let me grab the. I'm going to grab the throttle plate and make sure it's not gooed up. Because when you cut the engine off, that throttle plate will open all the way. And if it's got too much corrosion and goo and whatever in it, when you crank it up, it'll stick and it'll just go wide open. And you won't know why. Let's look at this blade real quick. Blade looks pretty good. It's got a little oil leak right there, it looks like. Huh. Yeah, the whole bottom of this thing's got a little oily. Looks like that governor shaft seal's got a little leak to it. You can see the oil on the bodywork right there. Or it could be the seal at the bottom, but really not bad enough to worry about. Let's see if it'll hit and die. We'll check the self-propel. Okay, let's see what she'll do. Let me grab my little clamp. All right, let's give it a few pulls here and see what she'll do. Hey on. Nope. All right. Stick it straw past the choke. Flip. All right. Give it a good squirt of that and see what it does. up awful high. We got right at about 3, 4, 5, 6. Right about 3,700 RPM. 36, which is way too high. It needs to be around 3,100. So before I adjust that, I'm surprised it kept running. I am surprised it kept running. But before I go adjusting the RPMs, which is right here, let's take a look at the carburetor. It may, like I said, it may be revved up like that because it's got a sticky throttle plate shaft or something. So let's grab a 10mm and pull it apart. Take the crankcase vent. Let me lower the camera a little bit. Okay. Gasket. Grab the pliers, get that clamp off there, get the fuel line off. I'm gonna drain the tank too. It probably still had, as long as it's sitting in the garage, it was probably bone dry. The tank and everything, but I don't know what's left in that carburetor. Look at the dirt and dust it sucked in because of that air filter, homemade air filter that didn't work. Yep, didn't work. Well, they're having some kind of outdoor concert next door, just around the corner there at Town Square in front of the school. You can probably hear them. We've got to take this off. Let's pop this cover off real quick. We got to take that choke actuator off the top of the muffler. To be able to get this choke actuator lever off. There it goes. Little doohickey right there. See, it's got the choke opened all the way now because this right here got hot. Otherwise, when it's cold, it'll be closed, but when it gets hot, it'll pull that open. In case you stop and run in and get a drink of water or stop to refill it, it'll keep it open. So when you re-crank it. Otherwise, whenever you crank it up, it'll open the choke with by this lever right here. That's all that's for. Okay, let's take it off. Hope it ain't too awful hot. Hot potato, hot potato. Okay. Just take that off like that. Now we can take the throttle linkage. The little spring. Grab my little needle nose. Just take it over to the door and blow all the dust and stuff off of it. Blow all the schmutz off of it. Okay, now we'll come back over here to the old workbench. And we'll grab our favorite carburetor cleaning pan. Yay! All right, let's get this tank draining. Grab my little magnet. Let that be draining. Okay. Grab our air hose. Well, let's see. Yeah, that's awful yellow looking. Yeah, look at there. Hey, that looks good. That's probably the reason it wasn't cranked, is because it just had all that stale fuel inside the bowl. Let's get this O-ring dried off, because it's going to swell because of the fuel. And you'll never get it back in that little groove, because it'll be too big. Let's see if it's swollen up yet. No. Might get lucky here. Let's squeeze it back in there before it has a chance to swell. All right, that thing can just hang out right there. Give that a rinse. Well, this thing was pretty clean. Wow, look at that. If this thing swells up on you, all you gotta do is just dry it off and lay it outside somewhere, let the sun kind of dry it out and bake it. Let's pull the jet and emulsion tube out and see what kind of shape they're in. Be very gentle, and this is gonna fall out. Be very gentle with that brass. You don't want to strip that little slot for the screwdriver, because you will never get it out again. All right, that's unscrewed all the way. Let's go ahead and get this pin and needle and stuff out of the way, because it's going to end up falling out. Give it a little tappy. There you go, little emulsion tube. Grab our little poker tool. And we'll just stick it through every little hole. Make sure it's all clear. Ow. Okay. Give it a poke. Give it a squirt. And give it a blow. And same thing with the jet. It seems to be open. I can see the light. I can see the light. Give it a poke. Give it a squirt. And give it a blow. All right. Now we'll get the secondary idle circuit jet. Make sure that is clear. Don't contaminate it. You can see that was about 2 threads sticking through. And pop that out. O-rings are in good shape. You can see the little bit of dirt and stuff it sucked in past that air filter. Dry that off before it has a chance to make them swell. Grab a little poker. Make sure that little hole right there is open. Yep. I seen a little piece of trash come out of there. You can probably see it. right there. A little bit of dirt in that little jet. Oop. All right, that's open. Give it a blow. And while it's still a little wet, well, let's see here. Let me make sure this is open and clear. Just pull this O-ring off there. This thing's gonna. I'm gonna set this on the fender of the trailer in the sunshine for just a few minutes till we get done. Good place for it. Good place for it. All right, what I want to do, let's go ahead and clean off this. See, it's sucking dirt right in there. And it goes through here, then it comes out the side. Them little holes right there. I'm sitting there completely missing the pan. I've seen a little bit of dirt come out of there. All right, what I'm gonna do is make sure this is open. It is. And then let's make sure it comes out the side. Well, this thing here, this can's about empty. 3 little holes right there. Pow. All right, we know that's clear. It's all pretty and clean again. Well, this is still a little bit wet from my fingers. That'll lubricate that so it'll pop in easier. Don't try to cram it in dry, you'll hurt them O-rings. Before that carb cleaner has a chance to evaporate, it'll just go right in. You can see the little ring of dirt around it where it used to sit. Right there. All right. The emulsion tube goes in. This is what you see in the throat of the carburetor sticking up at the bottom. Right there in that venturi. The flat side goes down because it meshes with the flat side of that jet there. They kind of mesh together like that and seal against each other. Pile. And don't get it super tight because one day you'll have to take it back out. Just a little bit of firmness. All right. So you can see that little brass thing sticking up in the bottom of the carburetor now. When that throttle plate opens, it pulls more air in, and the air going through there causes low area of pressure, and it sucks the fuel up and atomizes. Emulsifies, that's the emulsion tube. Okay, those are back in, that's in. Let's go out here and get that O-ring back. O-ring back in. Put the O-ring back in it. Perfect. I'm surprised this one didn't swell up on me and give me a fit. Sometimes it'd be like trying to baptize a cat, try to get that thing back in the groove, and it don't want to fit in there anymore. All right, like that. And that drain plug usually goes 180 degrees from where the fuel line goes. You got that little groove right there. Little rule of thumb. All right, there we go. Well, here we go. Now we can put her back together and let me shed a little light. Boom. So you put your little spring back on there. Throttle leak back on there. Okay, we'll put the choke actuator back on there. Like that. Spin it around. Stick it back in there. All right, we'll put these little nuts back on there. Don't lose these little things. That's what keeps it from crushing down when you tighten them. All right, give that a little zip. All right. Ooh, still got a little bit left in that fuel tank. All right. Shine the light in there. It's pretty clean. Let's give it a little puff of air and make sure that fuel screen is clean. Good enough. Yeah, that fuel's pretty fresh. Let's blow some dust off this gasket. Put the fuel line back on there. That went like that. We're looking good. Let's take this over there and blow this off real good. Good or enough. All right, choke's working, everything looks good. Let's go ahead and put the covers back on. Make sure those studs ain't loose. Kohler XT675. Don't over tighten these little nuts. If you do, you'll cause a whole stud to screw out of the block next time you want to remove it. Just a little bit. Oop, missed it. All right, let's get some fuel, put some fuel in it. We'll see if she'll crank on her own. And then while it's warm, we can change the oil and sharpen the blade and spark plug. Reach up over my little picker and grab another air filter. Blowing that air in there caused that fuel, whatever was left, to atomize. pump so fast I end up giving everybody a whole tank of gas. I'm sure they appreciate it. Let's set this gas can back over there. Sing it, birdie. All right. All right, let's lower the table. I'm gonna take a quick look, make sure there's nothing left laying around on the table. Gonna get hit at 80 miles an hour with a socket. The carburetor should have had time to fill by now. Hi-ya! Perfect. All right, 3100. Whew, tired. All right. All right, let me grab an air filter. I think a 3208309 is a part number for that. I get my acre effort. Let's get that oil draining. Come around here. Grab my oil change and clean. All right. I should have changed that spark plug while I had the cover off. It'd be easier to get to. Let's throw an edge on that blade right there and see what kind of shape it's in. Whew. I didn't check the self-propel. If I have to, we'll adjust the cable. Pretty dull. Let's go put an edge on it for him. We'll make sure it's level. I said make sure it's level, make sure it's balanced, is what I meant to say. It's a little heavy on that side right there. Hang on this nail right here. A little heavy on that side. So we'll take some more off. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Something wrapped around his axle, like a mop. That's what that is a mop. Hey. I've seen all kinds of stuff wrapped up in these axles because they're exposed. That front baffle has usually been up. Ooh, that's hot. Okay. Looks good under there. I'm gonna raise it back up and put some Earl back in it. Yeah, that was pretty nasty. Hey, just out of the way. All right, we got right at 1 quart. Let's put a half a quart in there and check it with my oaky jug. Yep, well, it's about half a quart there. All right. See where we're at. Need a little more. We're just on the add mark, just above the add mark, so that's cool. That's good. I make the biggest mess every time I change the oil in something. Just a little bit above the, well, let's let it settle a little bit. I've done raked it off the side of that tube. I may have put too much in it. Running my mouth. Just a little over full, that's good. It's right about there. That's good. Just a little over full. Set this over there, I'll remember to refill it. Okay, let's change out the spook plug. Use the NGK DCP, well, let's see, 6. DCP R6E, I believe is what it's going to be. Wow. Grab me a socket. If that's the Kohler brand spark plug, it's going to be at an 11/16 to get it out. And then the NGK brand is going to be a 5/8 socket. Yeah, that's a Kohler, so that's probably going to be an 11/16. I believe. Ooh, come on up there where I can reach you. Yeah, 11/16. Kohler. The Kohler part number for the spark plug is a 1413211. And I use a DCP R6E NGK brand to go back in it. But it's going to be a 5/8, not an 11/16. So, all right. And we'll grab our little gapper. I like to see about 25 to 30,000. There we go. That's perfect. Perfect. Got to get it started back by hand. I don't want to use the socket. It's easy to cross thread it. Fill the crush sleeve crush and let it come to a stop. And give it a click. Thank you. Okay. Clean the carburetor, sharpen the blade, change the oil, spark plug, drain that fuel tank, new air filter. All right, let's let her down. Take it out there and give it a good cleaning. I gotta make sure the self-propel works, and it looks like it does because the front wheels got a lot of wear on them. All right, let's crank this thing up and drive it out there to the water hose. Hey-yaw! So she's mad because I had her laid over. All right, let's grab some soap over here. Half water and half couple power. There's my jug over there. When I'm done, I'm gonna take that air filter back out and blow it out and make sure I didn't get no water in it. Try to avoid hitting that air filter. All right. I like to let it sit right here against the trailer and let the sun dry it. Shouldn't take me about 15-20 minutes for it to be completely dry. People are gonna ask Tom. I'll get it. Somebody's gonna ask Tom, where's your Suburban? She's in the shop. I don't work on cars, I can't stand it. They have to fix the air conditioner, it ain't blowing cold. The valve covers I think are leaking. Had a check engine light on. I don't care what it's going to cost. I know it's going to cost a lot. Front wheel bearing was a little bit wobbly. Kind of worn. And whatever else he's going to do, I think he's going to do an intake manifold gasket too, because that's one of the reasons the check engine light came on. But whatever it costs, man, it's cheaper than a new car. That thing's got to last me for the rest of my life. Hopefully, or as long as I can. I still got them two cars up there got going. Well, all right, boys and girls, let's quit this rambling. Appreciate y'all watching another Tom Lobby video. Thank you for watching. Love y'all. Eat your vitamins, take your vegetables. Smile on your brother. And by golly, we'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Y'all be real good. Love y'all. Yeah.